Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and I've kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitation in your weight loss and maintenance. Today we're going to talk about the benefits of coffee vis-a-vis your weight loss and maintenance. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, especially from the psychological point of view, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my website, Naturopathic Earth, or 100 Pounds Off for 30 plus years, where there's hundreds of articles and recipes, my books, and if you appreciate my content, there's a link for PayPal. Now, I have mentioned previously the benefits of coffee, and I believe it was in the episode I did on the 20 kitchen items that help me with my weight maintenance, and I mentioned, I think in episode 1, is tea. I drink a large amount of tea. Now, I personally don't drink coffee, and it's been 1992 since the last time I had a cup of coffee, and it's simply because I like the taste of green and white tea more, but also coffee, or at least I remember it, made me a little too jittery for my taste. And I'm just one of those, if I like it, I stick to it. So I haven't had coffee. But that being said, I want to do an episode lauding coffee and the Arabica bean from which it hails, because there's a lot of benefits to coffee. In particular, when it comes to weight loss, coffee does speed up your metabolism. Coffee does burn fat. Coffee does improve your memory and improves your mental cognition. These are all great things. Obviously, coffee gives you energy because of the caffeine in there. Now, some people are like, well, Gregory, there's too much coffee is bad for you. The studies show that it's about 400 milligrams a day. So that's the equivalent of 4 cups of coffee, 2 sodas, or 4 cups of coffee, it's like 10 cans of soda, or 2 energy shot drinks. So I don't think most of you guys are drinking that much coffee. So we can drink a decent amount of coffee. Now, everyone is different. Everyone is sensitive to caffeine. So this episode's very specific. Like I don't drink it. And I don't even drink green tea after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because I tend to be sensitive to caffeine. And let's be real, caffeine is the most popular and most legal stimulant out there. It is a stimulant. But the Arabica bean, similar to the cacao, the bean that dark chocolate comes from, they both have a lot of similar principles. They're very strong on polyphenols and phytonutrients. And coffee is good for you. Now, the problem with coffee, aside from maybe the fact that you're like me and it might make you too jittery, is a couple of things. The big thing is a lot of our Arabica beans are not organic, so ideally get it organic because it is affected by pesticides. And number 2, it's how we drink it. We do have an episode, I think it was an article I wrote, like 4 super frankenfoods out there that we consume, and one of them is creamers. A lot of you guys like the creamers that have the flavors, like the cinnamon flavor, or the Irish mist flavor, or the dark chocolate flavor in the coffee creamers, or you just take the ones at the diner and just drink them or whatever. But creamers are horrifically bad for you. They're completely fake, and they're just crappy oils and crappy fats. But the problem with coffee is similar to tea. If you can learn to drink green tea, white tea straight, and not put in milk and honey and all these things, it's better. But coffee, you guys have gone to Starbucks, wherever, and you get your pumpkin lattes, and you get your, you pour in your sugar, you pour in they did have that unicorn frappuccino at Starbucks, that luminescent, brightly colored drink. So, they just turn into sugar concoctions. So coffee in itself is great, but the way the large majority of people drink coffee brings in a lot of sugar, brings in a lot of unhealthy fats. So if you're one of these who likes the pumpkin spice lattes, I would tell you it's similar to the episode we have with alcohol and how you should not be drinking alcohol. It's empty calories, and it's a class 1 carcinogen. In the episode we have on sodas in general, I would advise and exhort you to wean off the way you're drinking coffee if you're drinking it with a lot of stuff, and eventually get to the point where you're drinking it black. And if it has to be, you can do black. I'm not a big fan of stevia. We'll have a future episode on artificial sweeteners and stevia. We'll talk about stevia there. I'm not a big fan of it, but anything that can get you off of this sugar. Now, a couple of things. If you drink coffee black, or even with a little stevia, it does not break your fast. I would recommend that most of you be practicing a compressed eating window or intermittent fasting. So if you drink a couple of cups of coffee during your fasting time, and most people do their fast in the morning, that's totally fine. The other thing about coffee is about 7-8 years ago, bulletproof coffee became very popular, especially among the keto type. So bulletproof coffee is essentially MCT oil or medium chain triglycerides, and you put that in there, and it's essentially some butter too. So there's different ways you can make bulletproof. There is a I think Dave Offspray, I used to listen to this podcast tons in 2014. If you go to the Reflections of a Weight Loss Warrior episode, what essentially changed my calorie in, calorie out world, I talk about that. It's probably around episode 23 of Reflections. But he was the one who kind of innovated or popularized the bulletproof coffee, and that's his brand. But it's essentially, you can put in just a lot of fat. So some people do a stick of butter and then some MCT oil. And what it does is it's giving you a lot of the healthy fats that really help your gut, like in the form of butyrates and medium chain triglycerides, or medium chain fatty acids, I should say. And what it does also too is that it keeps you very keto, because it's pure fat mixed with the stimulant that is coffee. So a lot of people who are into keto drink this in the morning, and certainly if you drink this, it's definitely breaking your fast because of the amount of calories in the MCT oil or the butter, whatever you're using. But what it does is it essentially keeps you in a fasting state, because your body is still going to be burning this fat in the form of ketosis. So there are benefits to it, absolutely, but not everybody likes the taste. From what I heard, it tastes kind of like a hot chocolate. But again, I've never had it, and it's infinitely better than drinking a hot chocolate. So in closing, up to 4 cups of coffee. I would totally avoid the energy shot drinks. I mean, those have almost been taken off the market several times, and they've killed people because they've been drinking too many of them. But you can drink up to 4 cups of coffee a day. Try to get it organic. Try to drink it black, or drink it black and make it a bulletproof. Guys, post in the comments. Let me know what your take is on coffee. Please hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.